Alright, War Robots fans, this is Bagofsoup here coming at you with another test server weekend. We've already tested out the main things for this 2.8.2 update, but just for fun, we are testing out a bunch of Leos. I feel like the Leo's been making quite a comeback lately. It got a hit points buff in January, and with all the jumping griffins out there, the heavy hit points of the Leo has become a cheap alternative to the Lancelot. So people that don't have 5,000 gold for Lancelot can definitely get a Leo. And like the Griffin, the Leo can run a ton of different setups. You just saw the weakness, of course, is that it does not have a shield like the Lance. So that's one drawback. But once again, it doesn't cost 5,000 gold. So, and we have hit points to spare, which is nice. Don't want to come into a confrontation with anybody up close, but let's just hope our Thunder can break through this guy before he takes us out. Oh gosh, yeah. So, word to the wise, if you're in a Plasma Leo, do not engage shield bots or trebuchets. Yeah, so just a word to the wise there. We took out that Gareth, but at great cost. Of course, we had 2 direct shots from a trebuchet, so that's an issue. Normally on a close range map like this, I would want to start with splash range weapons, pinatas or orkans, and I didn't, so I probably need to start with that next time. Or if I do use this, if I use the magnum, stay to open areas where you can maximize your range and get in closer areas with the pinatas and firearms. Like, let's just totally see if we can take out that Cossack here. He jumped away, but we did, good enough damage to him while he was jumping. Alright, so we got plenty of beacons, not too worried on that. And there's a Lancelot, but he's got the Ansel shield, so we can't really hurt him too badly. He can hurt us without a shield, so the thing about, once again, you got to know each bot, you got to know what to do with them. So if you're going to sit here and run a plasma, let's go ahead and take out that Lancelot shield so it can help out. It can be of help to our teammates here while we're not doing much else. And we want to watch out for that trebuchet guy up there. So once again, when you're running splash weapons like this, try to stay to the narrow corridors where you can have cover and hide and reload. If you're using the magnums or punisher or something, get some range for you so you can be able to maximize your distance here. I'm trying to stay out of the range of all these trebuchets because I have a non-shielded bot. A Lancelot wouldn't have to deal with that. But like I said, this is a cheaper version of a Lancelot here. And let's see if we can navigate our way around without getting in the range of the trebuchets and find a guy we can unload our arsenal on. I think it would be nice to be able to hit that Raijin. He's right in range here if we can nail him and then turn back here. Okay, now we gotta be real careful because this guy's gonna come right up at us here. We got trebuchets on the left and Lancelot on the right. I'd like to walk right into his shield. He's not expecting it, and try to take him out. He's already motoring off, so let's go ahead and use our arsenal here on the Raijin. If I had to choose, I would definitely take the Lancelot Orkans, Thunder Orkan, over the Leo here for sure. But like I said, if you're lacking 5,000 gold, this is definitely a very cheap alternative and way to do it for sure. So we have taken like very, very little damage and completely taken out that Raijin there. And look, surprise! Let's see if we can hit this guy around the corner here. Couple more shots and he will be toast. Come on, right there, right there. Love to take out an Afu guy on Dead City. That's just the joy of life right there. Alright, we better watch out. We've got that Lancelot coming at us. Let's take down his shield to help out our team, but I'm watching those trebuchet guys over here. We gotta be real careful with these guys. Bye-bye, buddy. So, we are doing pretty good in the Leo here. Our Leo Magnum didn't do great because we didn't stay at a good enough range to use it. Oh, great. Now, here's a case where the Superior Griffin is going to come at us. And let's see what we can do. Well, we might as well walk right into this Ansel shield and see if we can take this guy out while we're still alive. Yeah, that was a tough call because we got double-sided there, so it makes it tricky. Let's go ahead and jump into our mid-range bot and see if we can hit some guys from distance here. We're clearly winning, so that's not an issue at the moment. But we want to see our bots do good at different situations. So we did a much better with that Thunder Pinata Leo. Now, of course, facing the Ansel bot, we tried to alternate our fire to take down that Ansel and got it down, but not enough to do damage. So we'll just have to try to either get within his shield or hit him whenever we can as that shield's going down and try to keep damaging him. So it's going to usually take, if you have a bot like this, it's going to take several bots working together to take them down. That plasma will take care of them pretty quickly. And let's see if we can take out this Galahad. So this is a pretty powerful setup. This is a mid-range. You don't want to run this real close like I am. On Dead City, you want to keep back at 500 to 600 meters. But this is a pretty good comparative setup to the RDB Griffin, except for that one's more mobile and has the jump. This doesn't. So as long as you stay at range, once again, that helps. I'm not going to be much help to these guys, so I'm going to stay back a little bit because I can't get through that Ansel shield. I'm going to work on the bots I can get through. Like this Lancelot coming this way, I can probably take him out, knock into him pretty good. We got to get some beacons back, so let's go ahead and unleash our shots into him. I think he dodged right when we shot and we hit the top lip of that that wall. Man, I don't know what the deal is. This is my third match in a row where beacons have been totally lopsided. We won one within moments because we had 5 beacons. And then I'm going to try and get around this corner so I can save the my shield and try to get inside of his shield if I can. Alright, we got a Griffin that might distract him. And we'll just shoot our weapons alternatively here. See if we can take down that shield. And we'll keep waiting and see if we can fire again. He regenerates pretty quickly though. But he's occupied. So like I said, I'm alternating fire on all my weapons to see if that will break the break him down. And we did, but I think the other guy got the kill because he was down on health and shield. Let's see if we can take out this guy from range. He can't run anywhere, so let's see. We should be able to get some good shots into that Rhino. So once again, this is a great mid-range setup. Besides the RDB Griffin, I would definitely recommend this as a good option. It's got more hit points, but it does in same speed, but does not have the jump. So we have to keep that in mind. Let's keep backing off. So we've dealt a huge amount of damage into that Rhino and taken none back in return. So that's been real nice. And he'll probably ambush us here, but let's just see if we can take him out. And backpedal around the corner. So once again, we've taken 0 damage from that Rhino at all, and he got taken out by a buddy. Almost. So this has been a good setup. We're about to lose. It's pretty close here. If I can get this beacon back, oh man, what a close match here. They're going to win if I don't get this beacon back in 10 seconds. Yeah, so that was an interesting match. We lost our Thunder Mag Leo real quick around a corner, which wasn't smart. But then we played good with the Thunder Pinata one, and the CRV Trident one did really good there. So even on a map like Dead City, a slow bot like the Leo is pretty tanky with all that hit points and did pretty well. Let's go ahead and try another match here, see what map we get, and see how we do with the Leo Madness here. I'd be curious to hear in the comment section below if you've tried the Leo out lately at all, since it's gotten the hit points buff. If you use it perhaps instead of a more expensive Lancelot. Let's see what to start in. And what are your favorite setups? Do you like the close range with Magnum Thunder or Pinata Thunder or even Ansel Aphids? Or do you like a mid-range with Punishers? Or when the Heavy Moloch comes out, I would love to do the Heavy Moloch version of it. Or maybe you like the Trident CRVs as well. That's another great setup. Or the Gekkos with Trebuchet or Zeus or something like that. A lot of good choices to run. So, yeah, a guy we're just getting range of here. He's going to try and nail us, but we at least have a huge amount of hit points to work with. I also like that. Look how much damage we're putting out quick. Is nice. Yeah, that guy's going to just be working on us, so let's go ahead and close the gap on him. And look at the damage we're doing to him. He's nailed us twice, so I definitely understand that. But we have definitely given as good as we got. Problem is, once again, right now we're getting nailed by hydras around the corner. And not much we can do in a non-shielded bot to hide from that. So we're getting hit with lightning, aphid, Zeus, just a little bit of everything here. And on an open map, that's hard when you don't have cover. So we're trying to corner shoot around there. Let's go ahead and get our own kind of revenge. If people are going to snipe at us, I say we get ultimate revenge and snipe at them. Look at all these snipers over there. This is like Sniper City. Wow. Snipers everywhere. We shall get our revenge. So I run something like this on the regular server. I will run a gekkkos with a Zeus or a trident, and you can just see how fast these guys melt. I mean, this is definitely an anti-fury bot for sure. I just killed basically 2 furies in quick fashion there, and I mean, just melted them down. So definitely, if you, I mean, this still costs gold to get 3 gekkkos and a Zeus. I mean, at that price, it's costing about $37.50 for that. But a Fury would cost, for 3 Zeuses and a Fury would cost quite a bit too, so you gotta keep that in mind. Plus, this guy has big hit points. That's real nice. Let's try and see if we can compete with this guy. We'll knock his shield down as best as we can. And that guy wasn't expecting us to hit him, that Carnage. I also like this setup because it does go through Carnage shields. So Carnages and Furies aren't as big of a deal. Oh, we surprised that guy, I thought, before he put his shield up. So pretty even match here. It's been nice because we already tried out a close range Thunder Magnum Leo, and now we're trying the long range, so we're getting a little bit of everything. Same with last map. We got the Trident CRVs for far away and the Pinata Thunders for closer. And let's stay out of that Carnage's way. Let's see who we can hit. Yeah, there's a lot of Zeus guys out here. A lot of snipers that we're dealing with, so we're having to be real careful. Not quite sure if we can hit that guy around the corner. We're working at it. So this Raijin, all we're going to try to do is just keep working on him slowly and then duck for cover and see if he gets focus on our teammates. Let's hide. He's focused on our teammates, so this gives us an extra shot on him. He's got his shield up, but we could probably penetrate that if we keep working on him. I'm going to go ahead and check who's around us here. And while he's focused on that Galahad, let's just keep knocking into him. And we got the beacon advantage, so that's good. Eventually, we've got to bust through that shield, so we'll keep working on him. Now let's make sure that we're not getting surprised around here. Luckily, that Lancelot was turned sideways, so we got some good shots into him. But yeah, this is a great setup. I mean, we're hitting some shield bots, but we're getting to do some good damage in there too. Alright. Now, here's the deal. We're facing 2 different Zeus bots here to deal with. And they both have shields, so we're going to be kind of in trouble. I'm going to go for the one that's probably got more damage first. If we can take him out, that's one less guy to deal with. So we got that. And now we can kind of use cover to work on this guy a little better. Yeah, this is definitely a good match so far. And we've seen a lot of ranged guys. Hopefully you've seen where the Leo can be pretty adaptable and versatile here. We've got everything from close range Thunder Pinatas and Thunder Magnums, something like an Lancelot with the Ansel Aphids. We've even got the Tridents. Right now the Trident CRVs would just tear through this guy. I waited till he dropped his shield and went sideways to nail him. Let's see what we can do on him. And once again, I wait till he turns sideways and nail him. So you can still hit shield bots even when they have armor. You just got to wait to hit them when they turn sideways or drop their shield. But you got mid-range rocket splash. You've got long-range sniper you can do with the Leo. All sorts of setups. Yeah, let's nail that guy from a distance. Oh, man. Definitely don't want to mess with this guy. Luckily, our buddies were there to help us out. Now, this rhino, if that's a rhino, we could try to hit him if he turns to the side. So let's kind of wait and see what he does here. Okay. What a close match here. Let's see if we can nail that guy. Oh, look at that. Poor Patton. He came across, and look what we did to him in just one volley. So, yeah, we're doing great with our sniper bot here. Okay, I don't know if that's a Carnage or not. We'll turn back around and focus. Oh, let's see if we can take out that Patton. Still working on him. Okay, so far so great. Well, let's back off because that Lancelot's coming near us. But I do want to hit this guy if he turns sideways. That's a Carnage, so we can melt through him. Thunders are nothing to mess with, but our setup can do good work against him if we're ready for him. Okay, so while we're waiting for him to show up, we're going to have to back off here away from this Lancelot. What I'm going to try to do is move to the side, and maybe I can hit these guys from the side, possibly. So let's see. We're down on guys, so this is definitely a dangerous match here. Because they have the beacon advantage for the moment here. Alright, so I got this guy for, well, I got him for a second until he put his shield up, so then we took the brunt of that. That Carnage is shieldless, or at least Ansel's shield doesn't matter. So let's see who we can take out. Oh man, this will not be good. It's probably time to ditch this bot anyway. You got to know when to ditch your sniper camper bot, and this would be right about time. So let's see if we can finish this guy off, and then we'll ditch it, and we'll get into something more appropriate. I'm going to actually go for the target I can hit, which is the Carnage here. So, alright, let's go ahead and ditch this bot. And let's go ahead and get into, I probably should have done the pinatas, but this will have some good range to it. So let's go ahead and work on this guy here. He's got his shield up, but we can probably break through this guy's shield, and we've got some hit points to use here. Look at him melt down here. Man, that's exciting. So we're still winning here. It's a close, really good close match here. And I forgot, I've got a Thunder to break down some of these shields, so I can remember that. Man, this is great. So we've had some good success here with our Leos. And like I said, I've got that Thunder to work on the Lancelots here. Let's back off a little bit. That Rhino's almost turning sideways. He's trying to get in range to get us, so we're going to back around this corner and reload. Man, we've got it down to 4 versus 4. Their energy bar's going down. They've still got the beacon advantage. Can we surprise this guy and hurt him while he's turned sideways? And we got him. Alright, now let's work on this Lance while he's turned sideways there. We took his shield down. We can work on this Carnage's shield first. Use a Thunder to work on the shield. And then when it gets down, you can start to work on his on the rest of them. While this Fujin's shield is down, let's see if we can use our Punishers to work him back. And you can see we're draining him down fast. Man, what a epic beating here both teams are giving. This is as close as it gets here. 18 seconds to go. We're seeing who's going to take this match. This could go either way with 9 seconds to go. If we can grab that beacon right there, we can turn the tide. Man, that's a highlight here. Wow. That was a great match. We got to use our Thunder Magnums early, got hit by a lot of Aphids and Hydras. Then we came back strong with the Zeus Gekkos. and finally Thunder Punishers. A lot of different setups we did there. So, man, I felt like I did a lot better than that. But if you noticed, I was hitting a lot of Ansel shields with my firearms and Thunder, and I was hitting a lot of physical shields with my gekkos. So we did a lot of damage, but it didn't record a lot of damage. But definitely a great match. You could see the difference it made right there. It was really cool. So anyway, that's my look at the Leos. We've tried a bunch of different setups. I'm just curious to see if you ran a Leo, what would you run? This is probably one of my favorite close range setups right here because I love the magnums not reloading. Just gotta make sure to stay back at a good 350 range. I'm not as big a fan of this setup unless you have enough time to hide. You don't have a lot of speed to get around a corner and hide, like a Galahad or something, and it doesn't auto-reload like Orkans on a Lancelot or a Griffin. At least a Griffin can jump away with its pinatas. This is a fun setup as long as you're not facing an Ansel shield, so use the Thunder to take that out. But stay back at 500 meters, you can do well with this. This is a very popular setup for sure. I would definitely run this. It's great firepower and faster than Natasha with only a little less firepower trade-off and much better hit points. So definitely for mid-range splash, this is good to go. And I'm a big fan of the gekkkos Leo, whether you put a trebuchet, a Zeus, a trident, or a Nashorn on there, either way for long-distance fury damage. Definitely a great bot to use. So these are just some of the different setups on a Leo. And the new paint job as well that we've got here that hopefully should be in the next update. I'd be curious to hear what you think about the Leo. What are your favorite setups? Do you use one? Do you consider it a cheaper alternative to the Lancelot or not? Love to hear your comments in the comment section below. Click like if you like the video and share it, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. That's it, and I hope I get to see you out on the battlefield.